Hi guys, so do you ever look at a miniature that's got so much detail in it that it puts you off painting it because you're like, nah, I'm going to make a right old mess of this, it's not going to look very good, and yeah, just going to ruin the whole thing. Well, that's kind of how I used to feel, yeah, a good few years ago, and then a good old slap chop method came up. Obviously, I know it's not new, it's been around for hundreds of years, but obviously for me it was new, and it then made me, well, go the opposite way. I now purposely look for miniatures, like this one I'm showing you on the screen, that has so much detail in it that yeah, this kind of method is going to make this look absolutely amazing. But if you watched my last video, you'd have noticed that I ran out of white paint to do any dry brushing with, and I did a different technique for painting. Again, something that's been around, well, long before anything else, and that's kind of what I'm going to do in this video. So yeah, I think slap chop to me, it might be dead, guys, as I prefer this method, even though this method was around before slap chop. Anyway, enough waffling and going on. Let's have a look at this model. Absolutely gorgeous looking miniature, except this tail. It made this thing look like, well, to me, made it look like it was going to be a rat, when this thing is obviously meant to be a beast of a god. So yeah, no tail in this little miniature. But as you can see, he looks absolutely awesome. And yeah, getting ready to paint. I got a little painting handle here. As always, I 3D print pretty much everything I use these days. So printing handle or painting handle, yeah, that's 3D printed. And to keep my miniature on there so he doesn't fall off when I am painting him, good old double-sided tape. Although, as you can see, yeah, I've speeded this footage up by quite a lot, as it took me ages to get the other side off. But this stuff's great because it is very sticky. So even with a large model like this, he's not going to fall off when I'm painting him, which is great. So yeah, this miniature, let's get a bit more details about him. As always, My Mini Factory, love going over there to buy stuff. And this was done by Dark Gods, and as you can see, well, glorious looking miniature. I say so much detail in this. He's going to look absolutely awesome when painted, because now, well, I'm not afraid of painting miniatures that are sort of like this. So using the good old Sonic Mighty 8K, love this printer, works really well. Yeah, got all the files, downloaded them, dragged them on. But even this printer, this miniature was a little bit too big to get everything on the build plate in one go. So no problems there, just resize it to 90%. And then it's a case of a weird game of Tetris, trying to move everything around just so I can print everything off in one go. And that's what I love about the Phrozen printers. Yeah, you really can sort of put as much as you want on the build plate. And yeah, it has no issues whatsoever printing everything out. And I'm still using the Phrozen RPG resin as well. This is now my go-to resin for miniatures, just because everything comes out perfectly. There's flex to the miniatures, so I know they're not going to snap when broken, and yeah, it still has all that detail. And as you can see there, zooming in, yeah, this beast has tons of detail, which is just absolutely awesome. So here he is in all his glory, all ready to paint up. So yeah, primed in matte black by the Colour Forge, because I love their stuff. So this is where I would normally dry brush, but not no more. As well, I kind of prefer the Zenithal highlighting now. So I've given him a light dusting of this ghoul grey, mostly from above, 45-degree angle, but then I have done some lower bits, but you can still see some darker areas. And then going on from that, I've then gone over the whole thing in this this white bone. This is definitely from above, and yeah, I just love how all the colours are just more feathered in. So the dry brushing, yeah, works really well, but sometimes you can still see the dry brushing. And yeah, I'll have to admit, doing this Zenithal lighting, I absolutely prefer this now. It's so weird, because obviously I'd never done Zenithal highlighting at all. I think I'd done it once over the last few years, and that was just to try it out, but I wasn't too fussed at the time. But say, I ran out of white paint to do dry brushing with, and yeah, I'm loving how this is looking. So as you can see, I've got all my lovely paints. All the lids are painted, because this obviously makes it a lot easier for me to, well, to see exactly how the paint's going to look when on the miniature. So I had a few plans of what kind I wanted this guy to look, and I kind of think like a red initially. But then I had a kind of idea, well, let's paint him in peachy flesh first, and if I really want to, I can go over him later with, well, a red wash. And funny enough, that's exactly what I did in this video. So again, it is all about having fun, trying new things, experimenting, but again, the main thing here, guys, have fun. And again, if you go watch back my videos from a few years ago, you'll see I never really had fun painting miniatures, because I made a right old hash of it. Whereas now, yeah, love painting miniatures, got a lot more confidence in painting miniatures, And I think this is where the speed paints, contrast paints, dipping inks obviously give you the more confidence, because they do, well, all the work really. This is just a case of almost painting by numbers. You get the paint on, and as you can see, when it dries, yeah, it looks glorious. And as mentioned in my last video, I am now, in this video, going to be using a variety of paints by different people, as in different companies. So you will see some Army Painter paints being used in this. There are some dipping inks from Green Stuff World, and I even use some contrast paints from Citadel. As always though, you will see little things pop up on the screen to say exactly what colour paint I'm using and who it's by. So yeah, I am now getting over my, I'm not sure what it is, fear, phobia, OCD, whatever it was, where before I could only ever use paints by one company. Don't ask me why. It just felt weird using different paints on one miniature, whereas now I'm embracing that weirdness. And yeah, I'm now going to use whatever colour seems best for the miniature rather than just using one company. So yeah, I mean, I just love dipping inks, contrast paints. Let's just call them speed paints. So everything's speed paints, as it lives up to its name. It is speed. It is speed painting. Everything's done really quick. Everything's done amazingly. And I say this is why now I do look for miniatures that are, well, highly detailed, because this kind of painting works so much better on them ones. And yeah, there is no reason to be scared of these miniatures, because, well, this does everything for you. So yeah, glorious miniatures. Again guys, everything I'm using, from the miniatures to the frozen printers to the RPG resin, there's all links down below. Some are affiliate links, so it means if you buy something, it doesn't cost you any more, but sometimes I get a few pennies back. And other links, well, they're just links to items of everything that I'm kind of using really. So guys, if there's any kind of painting techniques you want to see me attempt or have a go at or show you, by all means let me know in the comments down below. As I say, I am getting a lot more confident now in trying new things. And as most people, yeah, I want to improve my painting. So I will be doing every now and then a few more like highlights, stippling, other sort of effects after doing the speed painting. As yeah, I definitely want to improve the look of everything I paint. And I say that's why I definitely am now looking for more miniatures that are, well, more highly detailed. So there are quite a few model makers on My Mini Factory that I use, but yeah, if there's anyone that you use and you think I should go check out whatever it is they make, by all means leave some links down below. Obviously my preferred sort of look to miniatures are obviously D&D style miniatures, as well as obviously space sort of age kind of ones, sort of Warhammery and that kind of thing. So yeah, rather oldie worldy stuff or futuristic stuff, or zombies, guys. Yeah, I love zombies, and as you all know, I love me orcs. So at the very top, I guess there's orcs, dwarfs, and zombies, and yeah, pretty much anything else in between. To be honest, I just love painting. Absolutely can't get enough of painting things. And yeah, I think I definitely am improving. So yeah, Citadel paints, obviously in these little pots. I've never had any problems spilling them, and that's because, well, I use my little 3D printed pot holder. Because with this thing, you can't really knock it over. I mean, I could have gave it a real good shove or flicked it across my desk, but yeah, I've never really dropped one of these, even though I don't use them much now. But again, going back a few years, yeah, these are the sort of first sort of speed paints I had a go at using. Not to any great results, I must admit. It really is just the last couple of years where, yeah, I've really got into sort of 3D printing and painting miniatures, and well, I love it, guys. Absolutely love it. And yeah, so he's coming on a treat. He looks really good. Again, I do love miniatures that are muscly. I don't know why, but yeah, they just seem to sort of work well with painting, because obviously, again, there's more definition in these things. So yeah, using a wash. Again, this is something I've never really used, especially using a wash with sort of speed paints. But again, it's just trying out new things, building up the layers of paint, I guess, and going over the speed paints with, well, with a wash. Obviously, it doesn't activate it or reactivate it, which is good. So this is where, yeah, so initially this guy, I kind of wanted him to be a red demon, but I also wanted him to look like he was kind of like part human, with sort of like the peachy skin colour. And yeah, doing the red wash over the peachy skin colour, I think works really well, and I absolutely love how it looks when it dries. Obviously his wings, yeah, I think they're two sort of red, so yeah, a bit of dry brushing. So guys, I really am trying to do more techniques on one miniature now, rather than just sort of chucking on speed paints. Yeah, I'm having a go at trying a bit of all sorts in one. Again, this is me trying to come out of my normal comfort zone, where I do find it difficult to do a variety of different things on one miniature, even though I know the results are going to look so much better than, as I say, just chucking on speed paints. Nothing wrong with just chucking on speed paints. That'll definitely get things tabletop ready. But yeah, I want to sort of obviously try and improve my painting, and again, as always, as I always say, I'm having fun. Yeah, trying out new things, trying out different techniques. Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. Again, whenever I say trying out new techniques, these aren't new to everyone. These are just new to me. But yeah, loving it. So I'm really printing and painting miniatures pretty much every day, guys, which is why I'm always saying, if there's any sort of thing you've seen miniature wise you want me to sort of print out, by all means let me know, or any techniques you want me to do. Yeah, rust, I couldn't help getting a bit rusted, even though this guy's weapons are gold, and gold probably doesn't rust. I just love the effects from this Dirty Down rust. So yeah, these little well, knobbly growing bits on his weapon, I thought I'd do a bit of rust on them, just because, hey, I love how the rust effect sort of works. So yeah, there you go. Again, I'm just trying to do as much different kind of techniques, different kind of things in, well, one video, one miniature. So yeah, guys, I think Slapchop could be dead to me now, because I do prefer the zenithal highlighting, especially using like the black, a grey and a white. They really do sort of like feather in really well. Again, these are just rattle cans by the Colour Forge, because they do a whole range of colours, which is just absolutely awesome. But yeah, no more Slapchop. I think this is the way to go, because, well, it all kind of started because I ran out of white paint. Right, let's see this dude in, well, all his glory. There we go, guys, one highly detailed miniature painted in no time at all, whilst having lots of fun, and yeah, trying out a variety of techniques that I've kind of picked up over the time. And obviously, like you guys, yeah, I do watch a lot of well, I watch a lot of professional painters to sort of see what they're doing, see how things are done, and then I try and kind of copy what they do, but in my own sort of way. Again, it's about having fun and not comparing what you do with anyone else, guys. I think that's why I am having more fun now, because I'm not too worried about how things turn out, and I'm not trying to compare it with, well, with anyone else's sort of painting. I'm just painting and having fun and enjoying it. Okay, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave comments down below, all that fun stuff. You guys all take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.